Hello everyone, it's me, Clayton. I just got back from seeing Star Wars The Last Jedi. Now, when it comes to the new Star Wars movies, I have enjoyed both of them, both of the previous ones. I enjoyed The Force Awakens, despite the fact that it copied a lot of the elements of the previous Star Wars movies, and I enjoyed Rogue One for being a refreshing take on the series, and feeling the most like an actual war film. So with Star Wars The Last Jedi, there was of course a lot of hype going into it. And while there are some decisions that I don't fully agree with, I was mostly satisfied with the end result. With incredible visuals, great new story elements, and the return of some old characters while introducing some new ones to the fold, Star Wars The Last Jedi feels a lot like The Empire Strikes Back. In its darker tone, its many surprises, and its just overall exciting pace throughout, albeit with a few bumps on the road. Let's get to the story, shall we? The story revolves around Rey, played by Daisy Ridley, who's developing her newfound Force abilities with the help of Luke Skywalker, played once again by Mark Hamill. While that's going on, the rebellion is now going into their battles with the First Order, few in number, being led by General Leia, aka played by in an amazing final performance by Carrie Fisher, as the New Order prepares to crush the rebellion under the lead of General Snoke, the Supreme Leader Snoke, played by Andy Serkis, and Kylo Ren, played by Adam Driver. That's all I'm going to say about the story without giving anything away. So what did I like about this movie? Well, first of all, the performances from the cast are pretty much A-game throughout. Daisy Ridley, Adam Driver, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, John Boyega, all of them deliver solid knockout performances that remind us of why we love these characters so much from The Force Awakens. Not only that, but there are some new characters added in as well. One of them being a mechanic named Rose, who a lot of people don't seem to like her character, but I thought she was actually okay. I thought she was energetic, I thought she was spunky, and I thought she was charming enough to hold her own in the cast. And she does help out quite a bit. Granted, the subplot she has with Finn goes on a little bit too long, and I think you could cut out some of it without losing anything in the film, but that's more to do with their subplot rather than writing her as a character. There's also a hacker named DJ, played by Benicio del Toro, that I really enjoyed, but then again, you can put Benicio del Toro in pretty much anything, and he'll be entertaining. And also, there's a new rebel leader played by Laura Dern. She doesn't have a humongous role in the film, but she does her job well, and she does add a little bit to the universe. One thing I also liked was the fact that certain characters who didn't get a lot of screen time in Force Awakens get more time to shine here. For example, Supreme Leader Snoke, who had about 7 lines in Force Awakens, not only has a lot more, but you actually get to see more of him, rather than him just being a projection on a screen. He actually feels a bit like the New Age Emperor Palpatine in a way. It's actually a pretty refreshing way to portray him. Even though let's just say it's not exactly like Palpatine, and I won't spoil anything about it. Also, Captain Phasma makes her return, as seen in the trailers. And even though she still is kind of given the short end of the stick here, it was nice to see her do something other than just, be put in a garbage bin. Now, the things that I didn't like about the film are really more about the one subplot that goes on for about 20 minutes that has to do with Finn and Rose trying to get someone to help them out against the Empire. I understand why this subplot was put in there. It comes into play later in the film, but it feels like a bit too much time was set up there, where it could have done more time setting up Finn. It could have set up more with Rey and Luke Skywalker. Their training sessions are excellent, by the way. Or just more stuff happening with the rebellion. You didn't need to put that much focus on it. But once you get past that, the pacing for the film otherwise is really good. Plus, the cinematography and editing are both excellent, as expected from Star Wars, so I don't have a lot to complain with there. The last thing I'll mention is the ending. It's kind of weird when it comes to how it ends, but in my opinion, it's an ending that was satisfying enough to keep me invested and to make me wonder what's going to happen in Episode 9. So overall, it's a pretty good Star Wars movie. Not absolutely amazing, not as good as Empire Strikes Back in my opinion, but it's a solid entry that, in my opinion, does a good job with what it has to offer. I give Star Wars The Last Jedi an 8 out of 10. See you next time.